one of the things I think would be really fun to do, we've talked about this a lot, which is what is the criteria that you want for a mastermind? Like there's certain criteria that is important when considering what mastermind to join. And by the way, I'm a believer that everyone should find a mastermind to get involved in. There are different levels, there are different tiers, there are different niches, but I think everyone should have a peer group and a community that is playing the game of life at the level or above the level of where they want to be, and then have the opportunity for you as you grow and get better to be able to mentor those that are coming in that are newer. And so I just, when I think about masterminds in general, and this isn't for the lifestyle investor mastermind, I'm thinking the criteria that I want to see, because for me, I'm part of, 8 different communities, mastermind communities or groups. And I love each of them for, the things that I think that they're great at. But one of the things that I realized is it's hard to find everything I'm looking for in one group. And so I wanted to get clarity on what that looks like and try and find that group, and I could never find it. And so part of the impetus in starting the Lifestyle Investor was that these criteria were so important to me that since it's not out there, I'll just create it and we'll see if it attracts the people that I think it could attract, right? So if we're talking, so why don't we get into some of the criteria that we've discussed as being like the 3 key criteria?
Well, I think too many people look at just the topic, right? Well, I want help with my business. Where's the business mastermind? So that's the one I'm to get into. And what you've mentioned are the difference. What really makes a mastermind are the people. So that's challenging to find out on just an interview. So knowing somebody who's in, getting recommended by somebody else, getting to talk to members before you can get in, those are all great ones. But the people in the community are generally where the value comes. It makes me think of, when we hit 50 members and we said, should we go to 100? And we said, yeah, let's do it. And when we went to 100, it was infinitely better because there was more smart, amazing people and there's more people engaging, because the mastermind was never just about you. You are do a great job facilitating and bringing in guests and introducing people, but it's not just the Justin show. There's so many amazing, smart people. But you did a great job curating right from the beginning. And because you did that at the beginning, now it's kind of self-perpetuating. It keeps attracting the right type people.
Well, the collective genius of the group is far smarter than any single person, way smarter than me. I mean, yeah, it's funny. Sometimes people join thinking they want to learn from me and realize really fast that this group, that they want to learn from everyone in their area of expertise, because everyone has been very successful at a high level in some industry, space, or niche.
Yeah, it's fun highlighting all the different members and sitting down and having that conversation. And there's some genius that you don't know immediately, and when you sit down and talk with them, you're like, oh my gosh, this person's brilliant. I've been able to sit down, and first time you get to explore some of those conversations.
That's right. So the right people, the right community is kind of like that first criteria. What about the second criteria?
I would say, clear path to ROI.
And when you say ROI, just a return on investment.
Yeah, we want to see how your money's coming back. Now that can be different. We're both in Front Row Dads. I love that. That's not a monetary ROI, although we've partnered with a lot of different people because it's nice doing business with people who have those same values.
That's
and
right.
That's what I knew. And we had that conversation of like, okay, I will come on, but only because I'm working during these hours, because those were all the kids at school. I knew that's something you'd appreciate because you're in Front Row Dads and have that. But, most people invest in a mastermind because they want to better themselves, and there should have some type of return. I want to get my business here. I want to get my finances there. I want to get whatever it might be. So I think a clear path and understanding where it's laid out before, right? There's multiple ways. Okay, here's how it's going to happen.
Yep, 100%.
That makes it easy because it's an investment, you know?
And some of that return on investment is growing yourself to the capacity that you can make these moves, right? So it's investing in yourself, investing in the education, in the relationships, in taking the time to learn what everyone does and maybe how their superpowers can combine with yours. So there is a monetary ROI that I think is important to focus on. I also think that there's a business ROI that we can group in there and say, hey, that's important to focus on. But I think that the ROI on on the return on your education, your level of understanding complex topics, I think that's huge.
Yeah, I think you could almost make that the third one is just the impact, like the non-monetary impact of, in our group specifically, I think of buying time back seems to be a common theme. We have hiring W-2s, we have business owners that are in the business that want to get outside of the business. We have people that have exited businesses. But the common theme is kind of buying that time back and now what they're able to do with that time. We have people that are RVing across the country, and people have left their W-2, and people that have sold the business are now working a fraction of the hours that they were working before.
Yeah, I mean, they're truly lifestyle investors. They have bought their time back, and it is so cool to see. I mean, I do think that impact piece is really important. So, from that criteria, obviously, people and community that stands on its own. Having a return on investment, and by the way, sometimes that return on investment could be 1 year that is worth 10, 15, 20 years. I mean, we got one of our members that said, oh yeah, this is worth like a lifetime membership because of what I got on this one nugget, right? So it doesn't have to be as linear where it's like, well, I put in X dollars and now I've made X dollars plus whatever else.
It was fun. I did a few interviews for, I still do one here and there, but we'd have people that are like, well, if I got to make that back on the return of my first year, and I'm like, it's probably not the right fit.
Yep.
You're not going to make one investment in cash flow. First of all, the investment is longer than 1 year, but it's having that longer term thinking, bigger impact, or the people that we're interested in the group.